Why is every girl I play with at least double knight?
That's a great question.
I think you're just sexist.
Hello, everybody!
Heavy missed out.
GG, we lost.
Oh my.
Oops, I'm just a girl.
Nah, that's why are you coming here? I literally have ult. What are you doing?
Why are you so mad?
Dog, you guys.
You literally just repeated what I said.
Thank you.
Okay, that just means I can't shoot. You guys are just flat out.
As female gamers, we are constantly subjected to unsolicited ridicule, policed on how we play, and told that our performance is never quite good enough. Today, we are drawing the line in the sand. We have a clear message for the gatekeepers of our community. Don't tell us what to do. And just like that, we are back officially. Over the past 12 months, we've been quiet, but we have not been idle. We spent time reflecting, re-strategizing, and deeply clarifying our purpose and execution. Today, we stand fully prepared to reshape the landscape, at least as we know it. We are pleased to announce the Scorpion Syndicate Valorant team lineup of 2026.
For too long, the competitive spotlight on Valorant has been overwhelmingly male-dominated, and it is long past time for a systemic shift. Behind the scenes, we have completely overhauled our organization's competitive esports division. Moving forward, our primary mandate is the recruitment, retention, and long-term support of women in gaming, and more specifically, professional esports.
My gamertag is Artemis. My Discord is artemis.nixnyx_. My Valorant tag is right now her pocket kitty, and then my name is #Artemis in Korean. I do play for us as our flex player, but I do manage the team as well. I really enjoyed that tournament. I thought it was great. I would love to compete in more tournaments in the future. I did love this women in esports and showing that our skills are from a variety of different levels.
I want to ask a follow-up question. Do you see yourself staying in Valorant for another few years, or would you like to branch out and try other video games?
I definitely will always see Valorant as my primary game. I've also spent way too much money on this. I don't see myself branching out to too many games. I have been interested in the past in running an Overwatch team. I think Overwatch is a great branch of esports. It is hard to run competitively just due to the smaller communities reach outs, but I know a lot of our other players do play a variety of different games, and we are interested at some point doing test runs of different games. We have our primary focus on Valorant, but we are not just only going to play Valorant. At some point, reaching out a little bit farther would be a lot of fun. We're all interested in ranking up, but we are also not in the biggest rush to get there. Trying to rush ourselves into getting into higher ranks will only push us to the point of exhaustion, so we're kind of trying to avoid that. As for the whole environment around women in esports, recently it has gotten a lot better than it used to be. When I first started playing Valorant, I knew there was a lot of toxic people. I honestly was so traumatized by Breach players because all the toxic men tended to lean towards him that I could not touch the agent for over a year. So I definitely have experienced that. Being a woman in esports, women are afraid to use their mics, which obviously plays down on our skill levels in the game because comms are so important. There's a lot of stigmatism on women being bad at esports. There's, of course, the sexualization of women. It still happens today. I've experienced it. Also, same line of Go Back to the Kitchen. That's really popular one. Wish they would be at least a little bit more original. It's really important that women be there for each other. There has been, of course, experiences where we have women who fall under the category of pick-me's, who insult other women to make themselves stand out more. I think that's just adding on to the toxicity of different games, and it's driving women out of esports in general. I know it happens in pretty much any game: Overwatch, League of Legends, CSGO, COD. I think women should have a safe space in the gaming world. I think they should be able to talk without being over-sexualized. I think they should be able to play perfectly fine without feeling like they're being pressured by men who, quite honestly, are not any better than they are. We need to shine the spotlight on the fact that women can compete at the same level men can. There's women in Radiant. There's women all across the board in Ascendant and Diamond and Immortal. I've talked to some of them, I've met some of them, I've formerly had a lot of them on teams. Seeing women grow from silver, golds, up to like diamonds and ascendants is really empowering. Shows that women can still compete to this day. I know we saw one of the teams, Legion, in the tournament. They were all higher rank and they all worked really well together. They were an incredibly strong team, and that's definitely the goal for this organization, is to keep that strength while also being just as fun and easygoing as Legion was.
So with everything that we've discussed, what is some advice that you can give to female gamers out there?
There is always going to be people who talk bad about you. I've experienced a lot of it still recently, but I think you have to remember all the good parts about why you're in gaming, and I think you have to have a goal that you have for yourself. These people have no idea who you are. You are so much different than what they have in their heads. I would say it's most likely the case. I would say don't give up on something just because a male tells you to. If we want to improve the atmosphere around Valorant, more women are going to have to speak up. We should be more there for each other. When you face toxicity in Valorant, I think it's important that you either stand up for yourself or you get to the point where you can just shut them out, because their opinions don't matter. They will not define who you are as a person outside of this. If you are thinking about quitting Valorant, I would say don't leave the esports world completely. There's plenty of other games. Communities are really great for keeping who you are no matter what pushes against you.
We have dedicated our time to engineering the Climb Together framework. Its core directive is simple: to provide resources, structural opportunities, and a definitive path to professional play for women in competitive gaming.
When it comes to the Climb Together League, we have a few people that are running it. Myself, Tonage, I am the main pioneer behind the league. It's my baby. Definitely during the first season, I'll be at the forefront of making sure that everything runs smoothly. We also have Luna, who is our league director. She's in charge of the entire Climb Together League operation. After we get everything rolling, she'll be the main one in charge. The origination of Climb Together as like a statement and as a mantra started 5 years ago. Me and Deception, we were talking and we were discussing how a lot of the times when people learn things in the industry, they kind of leave everyone else behind, and we wanted to create this sort of climb together where we bring each other forward as we progress and we climb the rungs of success together, and we give each other tips, tricks, and all these different things. So from that, the Climb Together was born, and then we decided to start a podcast where we go really in depth into esports and gaming and content creation to really solidify that. That podcast is almost 5 years old. We're on episode like 160 something now, and now it's bloomed into the Climb Together Developmental League, where we're taking that saying and that mantra to another level of bringing women together to better themselves in esports and create a safe space for them to help each other get better. And whether you're a coach or a player or a staff member, like, we're all helping each other get better in the space and to move forward and move up within the industry. So what makes the Climb Together League so unique and comparative to other leagues is that, one, we're tied to esports organization, so there's a direct line into esports teams, but also we really take pride in the developmental aspect of it. We have access to coaches in the game that you can do individually or as a team, and we also will be eventually creating a network with other organizations so that when you quote-unquote graduate from the league, you actually get connects with real teams to be put on real rosters and compete at the next level. As I said before, Climb Together was this mantra that was created, and with the Scorpion Syndicate brand, we definitely wanted to implement that Climb Together aspect somehow. Having a developmental league that was centered around bettering women and femme-presenting individuals in the space just really fit that mantra. I don't really think there was another option when it came to naming this league. I immediately knew that Climb Together was where this was going to be implemented within the organization. There was no hesitation, there was no second guessing. It was just like, it's going to be called the Climb Together Developmental League. Everyone was just like, yeah, that makes sense. That's what it's going to be. And it honestly, it sounds so cool. Like the CTDL, like what? That sounds awesome. Like, who doesn't want to be in the CTDL? And that's where the mantra came from. One of our main things is just spreading awareness and just helping people out. Since we have the podcast with the brand of Climb Together, I think this is probably one of our big goals, is to turning into something more tangible that people can actually utilize. But other than starting this league, I would say like we had a couple podcasts last year that really blew up and had way more views than we normally get. Got attention of a couple notable YouTubers, specifically my idol Noisy Butters actually watched an episode where we talked about her. It was really great seeing that our episode was reaching more than just the people that we know personally. Really cool experience. And I low-key fangirl a little bit because she's like one of the reasons I became a content creator. That was a really big goal of ours, for the people that we're making the content about to see the content and enjoy it. If you want to check out any of the Scorpion Syndicate socials, we are on everything. If you want to sign up for the Climb Together League or check more about the league itself, there's a section on our website that does like a tell-all about the Climb Together League and Climb Together as a whole, where you can check that out, read more about it, and get all signed up.